What would you do if you lived in a small apartment in Dubai, which is not uncommon for expats like me, had to work from home and also started a YouTube channel? I was in a similar situation, and so I converted this 5 feet by 10 feet small space of my bedroom's balcony into an office space and a YouTube studio. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. So let's begin. To start with, as I mentioned, this was a balcony. This entire space was open, so I had to first close all of it with double glazed glass, and I also installed these blinds on top of them, and these have reduced heat and sunlight to a very great extent. However, since this is Dubai, the temperatures in summers soar anywhere between 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, and so it was impossible to sit here without sweating, and I had to get a portable AC. This is a 1-ton AC by a company called Super General, and that is doing a great job. The bedroom's AC does not pump in a lot of cool air, and so this does the job. It keeps this area cool. However, it makes a lot of noise, but I will turn this on and show it to you after I show you the most important part of the office, which is this desk. Now, to talk about the desk itself, I bought it from a company called FlexiSpot. It's an excellent desk. I'm completely in love with it. It looks very elegant, minimalistic, yet has a lot of features. It has a wooden top and the base is all metallic. I went with the white one because it looks very neat and clean. Almost all the products that I'm going to show you in this video, I've bought them on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description below, and I assembled them all by myself. So this also came in a big box, had about 4 to 5 pieces, and it was fun assembling it. It's very sturdy and has been doing a great job for almost 2 years now. And the best part about this desk is it is height adjustable. The small screen that you see here shows the height in inches. The least it can go is 28 inches, maximum is 46. I have set it to 43 to suit my height. The first 2 buttons here allow you to adjust the height, take it up or bring it down. And there are also 4 presets to set it as per your convenience for your height, whether you're sitting or standing. I have set 1 to my sitting height and 2 to my standing height. It also has 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C port for charging your devices, and this button here allows you to lock the system so that any accidental press of these buttons does not change the height. So that's a nice safety feature there. It also has an inbuilt storage drawer, and that adds to its functionality, where I have kept most of my EDC here. I've made a separate video on the Ridge products. You can see my wallets there. There is my old Apple Watch and some mouse and keyboard that I'm not using anymore. This is the Apple Magic Keyboard given to me by my company. Stopped using it because it makes a lot of noise. The same thing with the Magic Mouse too. Although it has the trackpad, which is excellent, and it has a lot of features, I don't like the sound it makes when you click. It's horrific. I wanted something silent, and so I went with the Logitech Pebble 2 mouse and keyboard combination, and this is very silent. You can hardly hear it click. But still, it started falling short of the requirements that I had, and that is when I purchased this MX Master 3S mouse. Now this is an excellent mouse. I'm sure most of you have already seen it. It has a lot of features. It does not just have the horizontal scroll, but it also has this vertical scroll with 2 additional buttons and a button at the base here that can all be customized, and you can set them differently in different applications. So that is a power pack of a mouse, and its battery life is also excellent. I get almost about 1.5 to 2 months. And the best part about all these 3 products is you can switch between devices. So with the press of this one button here at the base, you can switch from laptop 1 to say laptop 2, and if you have an iPad or another laptop. So basically you can shift between 3 devices, and the same thing with the other mouse and the keyboard as well with the buttons. I was also using this aluminum or metallic mouse pad, but again it started making noise because it's not very smooth, and that's when I shifted to this Logitech mouse pad. It's rubber at the base and soft cloth, so this is doing a great job. I have some cables and cleaning cloths kept here with my AirPods. The movement that you saw of the desk is all done through the motor that sits right below the desk that you can see here. And while we are here, I will also talk about cable management, where I've not done a great job, but still managed to clear some of the clutter. So this box here that you see is again from Amazon. I've hidden the big power brick of the monitor, which is Samsung Viewfinity S9 that you will see in a moment, inside this box, and also hidden some extra cables in it. I've also used these zipper locks, which have hidden some more cables and made it look neat. I may get a cable management rack which will sit below this table so that I can get rid of all the other cables that you see here, but I'm yet to get there. I got this really nice LED light as well, which comes with a small remote that can be used to turn on and off and also change colors. This helps me have some good background while I'm shooting for the YouTube channel. So this can be easily changed. So this is green, blue and red. I like to keep it at blue. It's too tight in here, so I might be appearing up close and things might be right into your face. I apologize, but let's take a look at the things that are there on the desk. Talking about the monitors, I wanted to have more screen space, but the space was again limited. This is just 5 feet as I mentioned, so I couldn't have two horizontal monitors. So the first one that you see here is Dell P series monitor, and this was also given to me by my company. I have kept it at vertical orientation. It does not have great specs. It is just full HD 1080p LED lit monitor, but is doing a great job so far. I've been using it for 3 years. Great for your daily tasks. I use it for applications like Slack or doing some code review on VS Code or reading some documents. When it was time to buy a monitor for myself from my own money, I wanted to get a 5K monitor, and the obvious option was the Apple Studio monitor, but when I looked at the price, it was way beyond my budget. So I wanted something cheaper yet closer to the Apple monitor. So I'm going to get some flack for this, but I went with the Samsung Viewfinity S9 monitor. It is 5K, it is 27 inches, uses IPS technology. It's great, it's very sharp, crystal clear. It has a lot of good ports. There is a Thunderbolt port, there are USB-C ports, a mini display port, that's what I have used to connect. Has metallic body. They have used plastic in some places, which makes it wobble a bit, but otherwise I feel it is very close to Apple Studio monitor, and it's doing a great job. I get the 5K resolution that I was looking for. I said flat because it still only supports 60 Hz. I'm not into gaming, so I do not want anything that is like 120 Hz. The monitor is also a smart TV where it has pre-installed applications like Netflix and Amazon Prime. It comes with a very cute remote that allows you to switch between using it as a monitor and a TV. But it's more of a gimmick for me, not a very high selling point, because I mainly use it as a monitor and I wouldn't want to switch to a TV if I can go to these applications directly on the web. So if you consider getting the height adjustment and tilt adjustment with the Apple Studio, then you have to pay extra. But this has it inbuilt, so you can reduce the height. So you can bring it down as well as take it up. And it also supports tilt adjustment. So you can bend it forward or backward. So considering all these features, it is an excellent alternative for Apple Studio because you get it for almost less than half the price. Now for my laptop, I purchased this really nice stand, again from Amazon. It is also height adjustable, sturdy and strong. And currently I've connected my personal MacBook, which is the MacBook Air M1, because of which I had to purchase this docking station from Ugreen. It has 9 ports. There is a display port, HDMI port for one connection and another set of similar ports, and 100-watt power supply port, as well as 2 USB-A ports in the front to connect your external hard disks or pen drives, and a USB-C port. And I needed this because the M1 unfortunately supports only one external monitor. The moment you connect the second monitor, the first one goes off or the second one does not turn on. So I had to go for a docking hub or a docking station which had display link in it. So the laptop always runs the display link software, because of which it can extend the second monitor. M2, M3 I think does not have that problem, but I had to get it for the M1. Now, I have purchased a lot of Ugreen products. I've become their fan. All of their products are excellent. Their cables are really sturdy and strong. And so the other product that you see here, which is the Ugreen's 200 watt Nexode charger, powers up all of my products here. So I charged my phone, my Apple Watch, AirPods, as well as the laptop through this charger. It's a power pack because it has 6 ports. The first 4 ports are USB-C ports, and it has 2 USB-A ports. The first 2 ports give an output of total 100 watts. The next 2 ports give an output of 65 watts, and the last 2 USB-A ports give an output of 10 watts. So it is definitely a very powerful charger, and I always use that. And that is why I've also set this up with a rubber stand for my 3 products. I have a wireless charger, but for this setting I have this very basic rubber stand where the cables are running through it, and nothing fancy about it. And what you see here on the glass is a very small stand, and it can be closed. It's magnetic and pulled down to hang the headphones. I spent a lot of time on screen, so I started feeling this pressure on my eyes, and that's when I realized it was time to buy a monitor light bar. The first option, or rather an expensive one that came to my mind, was the BenQ light bar. But when I looked up for more options, I came across the Xiaomi one, and I was pleasantly surprised. This is an excellent light. It also comes with this cute wireless remote, and it does an excellent job. It is so elegant because it does not have any lights on it. It looks very clean. So if I rotate it clockwise, it increases the brightness, and this is the maximum intensity of the light. And if I rotate it anti-clockwise, it reduces the brightness. So this is the least. Even with the least intensity, it lights up this entire space in complete darkness, and I can use the keyboard even if it is not backlit. So another feature is you can press and hold this and turn to change the color of the light. So it now changed to white light, and again this is the max brightness. So if I press and hold this and rotate, it changes to warm light and yellow. The battery backup of this is also amazing. I've not changed it from the time I purchased. So if I twist the base, you can see there are 2 AAA batteries. Excellent job by Xiaomi for making this light. I don't think I will ever move to BenQ or something more expensive. The Samsung Viewfinity S9 also came with camera, but I've never used it because it sits with a magnetic adapter here right behind the monitor. But from the time I got the monitor, I installed the Xiaomi Light as well. So I've never used it, but they say it's 4K and comes with this really nice cap on top, which is magnetic as well. While I'm not working on my system and if everything is turned off, there's no way I can tell the time if I'm also not wearing my wristwatch. So I wanted to have a very small but beautiful timepiece, and that's what I got from Amazon. Again, does not really clutter my desk space. This is the day, this is the month, and also the temperature. It also has a button here where you can change the intensity of the light. So this is the least, where you can hardly see, and that's the maximum. But it's so beautiful. It goes with the color of the desk, that is also white. Now what's a desk without a chair, right? So I bought this chair, which is not fancy, it's not branded, it's not expensive. It says Pro Work on it, again from Amazon, but fits my requirement. It has the basic features of height adjustment. So by pressing this down, it also has this height adjustment for the armrest, and this is really required if you want to have the right posture, where you're supposed to keep this at the level of the desk so that you don't put pressure on your elbows and your wrists, and that is a good feature. Then there is the lever for the pushback for reclining. So if you pull this out, you're able to push the chair back. It's not very smooth or free flowing. You have to put some pressure to push it back, but that's okay. And you can also lock it up to fix the movement. The cushioning is great. I have not had any issues with my back. The headrest is also adjustable. You can bring it up to match your height. And yeah, has been doing a pretty good job. I don't know if I should recommend this chair because chair is something very personal. so you'll have to do some research by yourself. I had mentioned that I will turn on the AC and show you or rather make you listen to the noise that it makes. So let me turn it on. It is not super loud, but loud enough to interfere in your calls. So whenever I have to get into a meeting or calls, I have to turn it off. And also while recording YouTube videos, because this is really noisy for that kind of a setting. 18 is the lowest temperature that you can set it to. Then there is auto, low, medium and high. I've kept it at low. So if I increase it to, let's say, high, then the fan noise slightly increases, but it's not that bad. You also have timer, and set it to dry, fan or cool, but cool is where the AC would fully work. And there's also the sleep option where you can set the number of hours through the timer and let it stop on its own. The big pipe that you see behind the AC goes and gets connected to the glass. So I had to get this glass cut for this pipe to actually fix in here so that it can send the hot air out. That gives you a complete tour of my tiny compact office space. I think you got an idea of how much noise it makes. So let me now turn it off, and you will soon notice the difference and how calm and silent it becomes. Now, if I'm done with my work and want to switch to making a YouTube video, what do? I simply turn around. Hold on, not yet. I will show the other part of the room, which is my YouTube studio, in a separate video. So please subscribe if you want to take a look at it.